Does your cockatiel start whistling, chirping, or making noise the exact moment you open the front door? Coincidence? Or was she really waiting for you? If this has ever happened to you, you can be sure of one thing. It's not chance, it's not luck, and it's definitely not your imagination exaggerating things. There is, in fact, an explanation behind this behavior, and it goes far beyond what most bird owners imagine. Have you ever experienced this? Have you ever come home tired, unlocked the door, and before you even set your bag down, heard that unmistakable sound coming from the perch? Well, that's exactly what we're going to talk about today. Cockatiels are extremely social, intelligent birds that are sensitive to the routines of the people they live with. Contrary to what many people think, every whistle, every chirp, and every type of vocalization carries a specific meaning. It's not just noise for the sake of noise. It's communication. It's language. And understanding this language can completely transform the way you relate to your bird. Think about it. How many times have you wondered what's going on in your cockatiel's little head when she reacts that way only when you arrive? Could it be joy? Could it be anxiety? Does she really miss you during the day? These questions are part of the daily routine for thousands of bird owners, and that's exactly why this topic sparks so much curiosity. What you're about to discover might surprise you. Every sound your cockatiel makes has a function. Some indicate genuine happiness, others can be signs of accumulated stress, and there are even vocalizations that work as a real call for attention, a way of saying, "Hey, I need you right now." The difference between these sounds is often subtle, but once you learn to identify it, everything changes. You start to understand your bird in a way that once seemed impossible, and that's exactly what we're going to explore in this video. The details behind this reaction. That at first glance seems simple, but actually reveals much more about the bond between you and your cockatiel than you might imagine. We're going to talk about bird behavior, about how they perceive routines, schedules, and even the sound of your footsteps approaching the door. Yes, that's right. Many cockatiels are able to recognize auditory patterns and associate them with their owner's arrival, creating an expectation that turns into a vocal reaction. Stay with me until the end, because this journey will help you see your bird from a new perspective. We're going to cover the main types of vocalization, what each one might mean emotionally, and how to tell the difference between healthy behavior and a warning sign that deserves extra attention. You'll understand why some cockatiels are more vocal than others, and the role that genetics, daily companionship, and even each bird's personality play in this process. If you've ever gotten emotional realizing that your cockatiel seems to sense your presence even before you walk through the door, get ready, because what comes next is going to deepen that connection even more. By the end of this video, you'll be able to identify what your cockatiel is really trying to say when she does this, and maybe looking back you'll notice signs that were always there but went unnoticed. And that's exactly where our conversation starts to get even more interesting. And look, before we keep going deeper into every detail of this special behavior, I need to pause for a moment and speak directly to you watching this, because if you've made it this far in the video, it's because this subject really resonates with your reality, and that's no coincidence. If this subject resonates with you, leave a comment about what has touched you the most so far. Have you noticed your cockatiel reacting like this when you get home? Tell me how it happens with you, what sound she makes, at what moment, and how you feel when you notice it. I read every comment, and honestly, these stories are what make this channel such a special place. When you share your experience, you not only enrich this conversation, but you also help other people who are going through the same question feel less alone on this journey of understanding their birds better. And since we're talking about participation, let me ask you for something quick. If you've caught yourself nodding along in agreement with something I've said so far, go ahead and like this video right now. It might seem like a small gesture, but to me it makes all the difference. The like is what signals to the platforms that this content is relevant, that it's helping real people, and that's exactly what makes it reach more bird owners who need to better understand their cockatiel's behavior. And if you're the type who likes to keep up with everything first, without missing any updates, then this next button is for you. Have you hit the notification bell yet? It exists precisely to let you know as soon as a new video goes live, without depending on luck or on the algorithm remembering to show it to you. It's quick, it's free, and it guarantees you won't miss any content like this, made for those who really want to understand and connect more with their bird. And speaking of not missing anything, if you're not part of our community here on the channel yet, this is the perfect moment to subscribe. Your participation here is what makes this channel grow and reach more people with this kind of content. Every subscription is a vote of confidence. It's you saying, I want to keep learning about this, and that motivates me so much to keep bringing complete, honest videos made with care for those who love their cockatiels as much as I do. That said, let's get back to what really matters, because there's still a lot for you to discover about these sounds your cockatiel makes, and the next point will help you understand an even deeper layer of this communication. How does your cockatiel know you're arriving? Many people believe the bird simply guesses the owner's arrival, as if there was some kind of mysterious sixth sense behind it. But the truth is even more interesting. Your cockatiel doesn't guess anything, she learns, and she learns with a precision that impresses even those who have studied animal behavior for years. This learning is built through an extremely sharp associative memory. The sound of the car engine approaching, the distinctive noise of your footsteps, the jingling of keys in your pocket even before touching the lock. Over time, all of this becomes a pattern recorded in your bird's mind. It's not magic, it's pure intelligence. Cockatiels are creatures of routine. They notice repetitive schedules with an accuracy that often goes unnoticed by us humans, so distracted by our own day-to-day lives. This perception of time, combined with sound memory, creates within them a genuine emotional expectation. They know in advance that the moment of reunion is coming. That's why she probably senses that you've arrived even before you put the key in the door, and this ability reveals an intelligence much deeper than most people imagine. Comment below, she waits for me. What do these noises really mean? This is where the real transformation in your relationship with your cockatiel happens, because understanding these sounds means understanding an entire language that was hidden right under your nose. And the first hidden truth you need to know is this: not every noise means the same thing. Each vocalization carries a different intention, and decoding this completely changes the way you see your bird. There are sounds of genuine happiness, that light, steady chirp that appears when she's relaxed and content with your presence. There are sounds of relief, usually right after a moment of tension or waiting. There's excitement, higher pitched and faster, almost impossible to ignore. There's the attention request, direct and insistent, as if she were saying, "Look at me now." And there's also the invitation to interact, and even the call to the flock, an instinctive behavior that goes back to this species' wild origins. Whistles usually indicate contentment, short chirps generally ask for immediate attention, and loud, repetitive vocalization can signal either anxiety or pure excitement, depending on the moment. And that's exactly where the most important truth of this journey lies. Context matters more than the isolated sound. The same chirp can mean opposite things depending on the situation, the time of day, and the bird's body language. Comment below, now I understand. The emotional bond your cockatiel has formed with you. Now comes the part that really hits home for anyone who understands the real impact of this relationship, because behind every whistle, every chirp, there's a much deeper emotional truth than simple instinctive behavior. For a domestic cockatiel, you're not just the owner, you are her flock. Your presence represents safety, companionship, and protection in a world that for her is much smaller than it seems to us. These birds were born to live in groups, to share space, communication, and affection. When she lives with you, that social need doesn't disappear, it simply transforms. You come to occupy that essential role in her emotional routine, and that creates a bond much stronger than we usually imagine. It's not just about food or water in the little bowl, it's about presence. And that's exactly why the moment of your arrival carries so much weight for her. It's not just any detail, it's the end of a waiting period, often filled with silent anxiety, loneliness, and accumulated expectation throughout the day. When the door opens, it's as if her world becomes whole again. To her, you're not just the one who provides food, you're part of her world. This is a hidden truth that completely changes the way we see this species, and it sets the stage for an even deeper revelation about the backstage of this bond. Comment below, I am part of her flock. When can this behavior indicate neediness or stress? But pay attention to this, because now we need to talk about the other side of this story, the one many people prefer to ignore. This behavior isn't always just cute. In some cases, the intensity of the vocalization can be a warning sign, a truth that requires more of your attention. When the reaction upon arrival is excessive, when it comes with intense agitation, ruffled feathers, repetitive movements, or even mild self-harm, this can indicate excessive emotional dependency. In many cases, it's pure loneliness, the result of long periods alone during the day with no stimulation at all. Lack of environmental enrichment is one of the most common causes and one of the easiest to fix, but it often goes unnoticed in the busy routine of those who keep these birds. There's also what's called separation anxiety, when the bird develops such an intense attachment to the owner that any absence becomes a source of genuine suffering. An unstimulating routine only makes this worse, creating a cycle of waiting, anxiety, and growing dependency. The difference between a healthy welcome and concerning behavior lies in the intensity, the duration, and the presence of other physical signs, such as ruffled feathers or aggressiveness. And the good news is that there are simple solutions capable of creating a real transformation in your cockatiel's emotional independence, bringing balance to this special relationship. Comment below, my cockatiel needs this. What your cockatiel would like you to do when you get home. And this is where this whole journey gains new meaning, because now you already understand the backstage of this communication, and that completely changes how you can act. The question that remains is, what do you do with this information? How do you turn this knowledge into practical action in your daily life? The answer is simpler than it seems. Start by greeting your cockatiel calmly, without rushing, without that automatic habit of just walking past to put your things away. Talk to her, even if it's just a few words. Talking generates vocal recognition and strengthens the bond we've already discussed here. Set aside a few minutes, just a few, to offer genuine attention right when you arrive. This makes a huge difference in her emotional state throughout the day. Avoid ignoring her completely, especially right after that moment of anticipation you now know she experienced while waiting for you. And if you can, create a small daily ritual, something simple and repetitive that signals to her, I'm home and you matter to me. Small decisions like these have a huge impact on your bird's emotional health. When she makes noise upon hearing you arrive, she's often not just announcing your presence. She's showing that someone important has just come home. And maybe that sound you always heard as a simple chirp is actually the most sincere way she found to say, I'm so glad you're back. If you've made it this far, I want to tell you something. This alone shows how much you truly care about your cockatiel's well-being, and that makes all the difference in her life. Now I want to hear from you. Does your cockatiel start singing, whistling, or making a lot of noise when you get home? Tell me in the comments how she reacts. And if you haven't liked this video yet, go ahead and do it now, because every like helps more people understand these signals and avoid misinterpreting behaviors that are, in reality, just forms of love and connection. And if you want to keep discovering signs, behaviors, and messages that most people overlook every day, subscribe to the channel. That way you won't miss any new content, and we'll keep going on this journey together, understanding more and more about the world of these amazing birds. There's a video right next to this, one that goes further into this subject. Click on it and stay with me over there, because there's still a lot more that will help you see your cockatiel in a completely new way.